For this week's emerging driller, I have Joey with Connelly and Associates out of the DC area. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell everybody how long you've been drilling, Joey.
How's it going, guys? I'm Joey Kingsbury. I work for Connelly Associates. I've been drilling for about close to 4 years now. Been with the company for about 8, so I got to see a lot of the ins and outs before I started drilling.
Excellent. What do you love about your job?
There's, you know, around this area, you could be in the mountains of West Virginia. You could be downtown DC one day. You could be rock coring in Northern Virginia the next. So it's always something new. It gets repetitive, but most of the time it's something new every job you go to.
I always love that about ending up on a new job site, not quite knowing what I'm going to get into. But as a fat kid, we always planned our jobs around what had the best breakfast in the area. So
Yeah, right.
when we're on time and we're able to get breakfast.
That's right.
So being in the industry 8 years, 4 years as a driller, is there anything that you've seen that you'd really love to see some improvement in? Or if you could have some influence, as you're driving down the road and it's late at night and you're trying to get back to the shop, is there something that you go, man, this could really be a game changer for us?
It maybe a little bit more productivity during the day. I mean, I know sometimes you have a quota and we try to stay on it and everything. A lot of times we get newer guys and they come in, 3, 4 at a time and they don't know what they're doing. So we're trying to start this new training facility with newer guys, get 4 or 5 in a group, have like a training thing before they even go out in the field, get them a little bit more productive with everything that's going on than just, throwing them out there and then being like, oh, what am I supposed to do?
I think that's a great answer. One of the biggest issues we have in our industry is the fact that we don't have solidified standard operating procedures.
Right.
We think, all right, this new group of individuals showed up. Why the heck don't they understand? One, we have this crazy terminology.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of things happening on the job site. It's a circus. There's rotating, crushing, reciprocating, all of the dangers. It's muddy. Weather throws in all these curveballs, and we wonder, there's 162 million Americans that work every day, less than 8 million work in construction. And when we drill it down into drillers, it's about 14,000 people. So
Sounds about right. Yep. Starting a new job in general is hard enough, and then coming into something like this where you have no idea what's going on it's different.
absolutely. So with a training facility, new individuals coming in, what about you from a professional development standpoint? What do you want to learn next?
Well, as as a lot of us know, you learn something new every day, even in the drilling world. Um, Deeper rock bore holes, maybe how to to get through them without getting rods locked in the hole or anything like that. Um, Pretty much anything else that's out there to learn. You got to learn it eventually.
Can you tell us about a challenging project that you and your team overcame?
We were in, not too sure if it's Georgetown, Delaware, or maybe Millville, Delaware, last February. They've pretty deep mud rotary holes. I think they were 140, 150 feet. We had gotten augered to 40, set up for mud at 40 feet. We got down to about, it was like 95 to 100 feet. And, the mud mix was perfect. Everything was perfect. But we had cobbles and collars that just wouldn't come out the hole, man. It was, we fought it. We were trying to race on time before the sun went down. And we ended up pulling everything out, sliding the mud tub back. We actually took a spoon and ran that as like a pilot. And then it ended up working out. We made it all the way down to 150 feet. It was a little risky, but we got it done. There was slop everywhere, up to our knees. It was disgusting, but we got through it, man, and it was a good call.
Excellent. What's one of the biggest lessons you've learned so far as a driller on site?
Keeping everybody safe, man. I mean, we've seen a lot of injuries. Hence why we're going to start doing a little bit more with younger employees coming in, helpers coming in, just trying to look over them, and you see the injuries, and you try to avoid them at all costs. So,
no, that's perfect. We see it's either individuals that have been in the industry over 10 years or the less than 2 years is where we see a lot of those major injuries. Either we're complacent because we've gotten comfortable, or we just don't know the right ways yet. And let's face it, if anybody else has an unsafe act they've been doing for a long time, and now the new individual takes a look at it, oh, I can do that. And, it wasn't safe for anybody. And
absolutely.
How would you give advice for recruiting more people under 30 into our industry?
If you kind of find yourself at a point that you don't know what you're going to do, or what job you're going to go into, just try something different. Come try it out. I mean, if you like it, stay. But if you don't go to college or something like that, man, give it a try. You're always somewhere else. You're learning new stuff. You're usually with a really good group of guys. So I mean, what else is there to lose? So
that's great advice. How about a mentor and advocate that's helped you in the industry? Anybody you want to give a shout out to or thank you to?
We got a couple of them. It's a big group, and it's kind of like a family. Danny Bender, Travis Beachley, they're under management there. Their phones are always on for any advice. Josh Lewis, Cody Kraft, Sammy Lynn, Sam Connelly. I know Sam. Sam's always got his phone on. Something happens at 7:00 at night and everybody else is eating dinner, man. He's there to answer and give some advice for you. So
that's great. Anything else you'd like to tell the industry while you got them right now about environmental geotechnical?
Stay safe out there, and keep your digits away places where it shouldn't be, and just winter's coming up, have fun and try to stay warm.
Awesome. Thank you, Joey. Thank you for your time today. I know you got the rig in the background and you got to get drilling soon. And I'm sure I'm sure there's an engineer or a customer or somebody that's like, what's this guy doing on TikTok right now?
Yeah. He's like, Zoom meeting. What are you doing? We're supposed to be working. I was like, we'll get there. Don't worry.
Awesome. Thanks again for your time.
All right, Brock. Thanks, man.